has warned of severe consequences if Putin refuses a peace deal in Ukraine ahead of their meeting tomorrow in Alaska. Trump says a follow-up summit could include Zelenskyy after a joint call with European leaders and Kyiv. The remarks aim to reassure allies concerned about any territorial concessions, as Macron insists on no land swap proposals are on the table. Let's go across and listen in to what Donald Trump had to say.
Yes, they will. Yeah.
What will the consequences
there will be
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences, yes. That will go rapidly, relatively inexpensively, and will make it better than it ever was.
All right, but with this, let's once again go to Sumita Karir, who joins in to talk about what's the stake at this particular meeting. What is that everybody is looking out for? Sumita.
Another threat coming in from Donald Trump, and this one's for Russian President Vladimir Putin. He said recently that Vladimir Putin will face severe consequences if he does not agree to end the war with Ukraine. That, remember, is coming in after Trump and Putin are scheduled to meet on August 15 in Alaska. In fact, he was speaking to reporters, and that's when essentially the US president also pitched for a second meeting with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. And that second meeting will involve the Ukrainian president. In fact, Trump has been amply clear in his meeting with Western leaders as well that the US wants to achieve a ceasefire at the upcoming Russia-US summit in Alaska. That's essentially what was reported by AP. That's essentially what the French President Emmanuel Macron stated reportedly. In fact, in the same meeting, Volodymyr Zelenskyy also told the group that Putin is not really serious about ending the war and that he's bluffing ahead of the planned meet with Donald Trump. Zelenskyy said that, that Putin is trying to apply pressure on all sectors of Ukrainian front and is an attempt by Russia to show that it is capable of occupying all of Ukraine. In fact, he also stated that he's bluffing. Putin is bluffing about sanctions as if they did not matter to him and are ineffective. But he also stated that in reality, these sanctions are very effective and they're hitting Russia's war economy. That's essentially what he stated reportedly. So all eyes on that very crucial meeting that transpires between President Putin and President Trump. Remember, this is not just about the Russia-Ukraine war as well. This is also about the outcome and how the outcome will impact trade negotiations with India, United States trade negotiations with India, given the fact that Donald Trump has hit out at India for continuing its energy trade with Russia. And of course, he stated that Russia is continuing with that war that has killed many. And now he is ready to put an end to that war. Remember, that's also been one of his campaign promises. He stated at one point in time that he will end the war in 24 hours flat. However, it's almost 8 months since he became president, but an end to the war has not been brought in yet.
All right. Thanks, Sumita, for all of those details as well. Of course, all of this geopolitical action is going to be very important to see how it shapes up. But let's focus